30 years ago, President Bill Clinton signed into law the Family and Medical Leave Act, which allows qualifying employees to take job-protected, unpaid leave for family or medical reasons. According to a recent article in Axios, 40% of workers are not eligible, and lower-paid workers who do qualify often can't afford unpaid time off. Senator Alice Mann is chief author of a bill that would bring paid family and medical leave to Minnesota, and she joins me now in the studio. Welcome.
Thank you.
The Paid Family and Medical Leave Bill is Senate File 2, House File 2, a signal from the DFL about the importance of passing this legislation. Why is it important?
Yeah, so great question. So the time is now for paid family leave, right? We have 11 other states and DC who have already passed it and are starting up their programs. And we have learned so much from them. And we know that paid family leave has so many benefits for everybody in the community. It provides financial stability for our working families, obviously, right? It decreases infections in children and newborns, decreases ear infections, pneumonia, GI infections, decreases hospitalizations, decreases clinic visits at a time when our healthcare system is so overwhelmed, right? We get to keep our babies at home at a time where a child care crisis is going on in this state. And the other thing that it helps is that when we have our elderly folks, our aging parents and grandparents, they don't have a place to go, right? We have a long-term care crisis in this country as well. And now this bill allows people to stay home to take care of their family members as well. So it's going to impact every sector of society, from healthcare to childcare, and most importantly, it's good for business, right? We see that places that have paid family leave, their workers take the leave that they need, which is oftentimes less than what they're allowed to take, because it's hard to stay at home at partial wage replacement. Mm-hmm. And then they go back to work. And in places where we don't have paid family leave, people leave the workplace and do not return to work. And so in the long term, this is really going to affect our workforce shortage crisis that we currently are seeing as well. So again, this bill is going to impact all sectors of our society. It's good for our babies, it's good for our moms, it's good for our families, it is good for the economy.
Well, and I want to hone in a little bit. You outlined a bunch of medical things there, and you are new to the Senate. Welcome to the Senate, but not new to lawmaking. You served a term in the House where you were co-author of this bill when it passed in 2020. But you were also a physician. And so for just a moment, if you could put your physician's hat on and explain why, in particular, from that point of view, this is a good bill.
Yeah, so as far as medicine goes and healthcare, this is an incredible bill, honestly. Again, what we talked about just with the babies, right? Ear infections, GI, pneumonias, hospitalization, clinic visits. At one point in time, Children's Hospital had 30 children waiting in the emergency room for a hospital bed, right? That's the current state of our healthcare system. And so to decrease that burden is going to be very significant. This has also shown to increase maternal mental health, right? Depression is one of our most costly diagnoses. This helps that. It helps with breastfeeding. We know that breastfeeding helps healthy moms, healthy babies. This will impact the duration of breastfeeding. And again, we have data to prove all those things. So, and lastly, just maternal health in general, right? We're seeing in America especially, the maternal morbidity and mortality rates have doubled in the last 2 decades. The rest of the world, those numbers are going down. But our moms are not safe when they become pregnant in America. And so to have a time period where they are able to get to the doctor when they need to without fear of losing their job, it impacts maternal health significantly. And again, we've seen that happen in the rest of the world, and we've seen it happen in the states that have enacted this law. And so from a health perspective, it's quite important.
You mentioned this, a dozen states have enacted some form of paid family medical leave. Speaker Hortman mentioned that here in Minnesota, because of our enormous budget surplus, we may be able to fund much of the program up front, and therefore it could begin earlier than other states where there was several years before it could, achieve the funding necessary. Mm-hmm. So assuming that happens, what do you believe is the earliest that this program could come online?
Yeah, so what other states have done is that you need time to set up the program, right? To set up the infrastructure of the program. And on top of that, you need to fund the program. And so again, other states, they will fund the program for about a year before you are eligible to receive benefits. With our surplus, we can avoid that initial year of funding without benefits. And we can start funding the program and getting benefits on the same day. We still need that time to set up the infrastructure for the program, and that can take 2 to 3 years. It's quite an undertaking, but again, we've seen it being done very successfully across the country, so we have every ingredient to do it just as well, if not better, here in Minnesota.
So essentially the state is going to create an insurance program similar to the Unemployment Insurance Trust Fund. Employers and employees will pay into this, and then people will use that pool of money to at a qualifying event to be able to take this benefit. Why a state-run plan as opposed to going with a private insurance option that the state would maybe just require employers to buy? Why this way and not the other way?
Yeah. So only one state has essentially privatized this program, and that's Connecticut. And what Connecticut is seeing is that their costs to run the program are about twice what other states cost, because there has to be state oversight of the insurance companies, and they also have to be still in charge of all the appeals processes. And so it's actually much more expensive, we're seeing, to privatize the program. The other thing is that we have private insurance now that provides these benefits. And in Minnesota, 13% of people have access to paid family leave. So the private market that we have simply is not working. Right? The other thing with private insurance is that it is the discretion of the insurance company whether to provide or deny benefits. And we see that it is within, unfortunately, it is within those discretions that inequities lie. And so the fact that women and people of color have significantly decreased access to any of paid benefit leaves in the state, I don't want to say it's by design, but we want to make sure with this bill that we are not leaving anybody behind. And so that's why leaning on the experiences of the other states, having a state-run program is significantly more successful.
What are some examples of qualifying events, and then how is it verified? How can the state ensure that the benefit would not be abused?
Yeah, so again, in other states, we're not seeing abuse of the system because it is very difficult for people to stay at home with 60% of their pay. Right? And so, and to qualify, you have to have something significant. So a pregnancy, of course, new baby. This can be an adopted baby or a foster baby that you need time to bond with. All of those qualify for 12 weeks. And you can only use that 12-week one time in a year. The other qualifying benefit is a significant medical event. So if I have a stroke and I cannot work, I can take 12 weeks for that. But in order for me to qualify, I need medical documentation, right? So I can't just walk into my work on a Tuesday and say, I'm going to take 12 weeks today, thanks, right? You have to go through significant documentation in order to qualify. And so for all those reasons, fraud is just not something we're seeing in the 11 other states.
Just quickly before we go, is this program just for full-time workers? Is it prorated for part-time workers? Are there any workers who don't qualify, like independent contractors? Is this going to be for everyone or just most people?
So this is for everyone. You have to make a certain amount of money in a year's period to qualify, meaning that you are engaged in the workforce, right? So if you make that money, whether you're part-time or full-time, if you make that amount, then you qualify. Independent contractors can opt into the program. They can pay that insurance premium as well and take their leave when they need it. So again, we're working really hard to make sure that it's for absolutely everyone.
Senator Alice Mann, welcome to the Senate.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.